Hello! Welcome to More Than a Bore with MoreThanARose. This is part 2 to a video that I made like 5 seconds ago. And this video is going to be all about my embarrassing stories because living the life of Rose proves a lot harder than you might think. So let's try to go chronologically. Story 1. Remember how you used to like shove your arms into your shirt and like have little tiny T-Rex arms? I was addicted to doing that. So one day I was sitting on the ground while my teacher was telling a story to the rest of the class, and my arms were little T-Rex arms. And I was rocking back and forth. I rocked too far and I fell forward, but I couldn't catch myself, so my face caught the corner of the chair and the floor. That was a day. I would say another embarrassing story is when I pantsed myself on the swing set. Pretty self-explanatory. Embarrassing story number 3 would be the time, if you've seen my first video, you know that I have a huge phobia of bugs. I was in the car with me, my uncle, and my sister, and of course, a giant, huge flippin' mosquito just had to buzz its way into our car. Got one sight of it, and I flew right over my friggin' uncle. My butt was in his face, and I was just crying. Embarrassing story number 4. The entirety of middle school. Embarrassing story number 5. If you've also seen my first video, you know that I took 10 years of gymnastics. Those leotards, not the most flattering. And they always advise you not to wear huge panties. Well, I loved me some granny panties. One day for me, which is like a big deal, I was wearing my big old granny panties and they were bright pink. I was doing my floor routine, I took a couple flips, and they were so visible. My coaches were not too happy with me. Number 6 would have to be the time when I was riding my bike. I was probably 10 and my sister was probably 12. I don't want to answer that. We took a lovely bike ride down the street, and again with my phobia of bugs, comes into play. We were just riding down, super cash. Naturally, a ginormous bee flies right in front of my face. I lift my hands off the holdy bar and start flailing, which then ended up in me crashing into my sister. And I'm pretty sure my bike actually like went into her bike and we went flying. Embarrassing story number 7 would be the time when I was wearing high heels at my university. It was, let me set this up. It's a small building. There is almost no one there ever because no one ever has art classes in that building. Me looking all fancy, I've got my huge drawing pad, I've got my purse which weighs like 10 children. There was one guy at the bottom of the stairs. One guy. If he wasn't there, could have gone home happy. And I was walking down the stairs, I was making it down. It got down to maybe like the 3rd to last step. And if it wasn't for that one guy who made me avert my gaze from my feet to his face, my heel would not have clipped the stair and I would not have fallen face first. I think I landed straight up in a handstand and he goes, "Whoa, are you okay?" Which, you know, just means that you had a really embarrassing fall. And I just ran out like, "Yeah, I'm fine, I'm just really embarrassed." And I fled. Then 5 seconds later, I hear someone walking behind me. And it happens to be that dude. And that dude happened to ask for my number. Nothing like reeling in the men, like falling down a flight of stairs. Then embarrassing story number infinity would be the one that I made in my Draw My Life video. So I'm gonna retell it because it's a really stupid story. When I was in my freshman year of high school, I had just transferred to a new school. I was in this program, which was a dance program. That class was super fun, but we did not do anything. It was a 2-hour block doing nothing. So one day, the seniors, they hid a box full of goodies in the downstairs locker room. Now this locker room is teeny tiny. It is down by the stage area. There was not even like aisles, it was literally the size of a bathroom. And it had like those foam ceiling things where you could like take down the ceiling. We ran down to the locker room because that's where the seniors hid the whatever. It was probably, I think it was me, my friend, my other friend, my other friend, and my other friend. So it was us 5, I think. We checked all the lockers, and one of the girls was like, hey, it's probably in the ceiling because you can take the ceiling down. So we were like, oh yeah, it's a good idea. So we took down one of the ceiling tiles and she climbed right up and she sat on top of the lockers because there was like probably a good 2 feet gap from the ceiling to the top of the locker. We ended up finding it. It was just a box with a doll. But then brilliant Rose gets an idea, which is never a good thing. And I go, hey guys, look over there. There's a hole in the ceiling a little bit. Let's climb up there and see if they hid something else. Let it be known that we've already found the treasure. So I climbed up and I'm standing on top of the locker after we took down the ceiling. We're just chilling up there and I'm like, ah, darn, there's nothing in there. Like, all right, I'm coming back down. Teacher walks in. She yelled at my friends sitting on top of the lockers saying you need to get down before you get in trouble. In hindsight, I probably should have just climbed down. Nope. What I did was stood as still as I could. Literally, half my body was in the ceiling and half my body was in plain sight. I was looking down like, don't you dare look up here. It's just standing up there. My friends were not good at getting the teacher out of the room. It must have gone on for like 5 minutes. And for some reason, this was like a lot bigger deal because I thought I was gonna be like kicked out of school or something. It's the girl that I'm doing the collab with. So a couple more minutes went by and they finally get her to move out the door. And as my teacher is walking towards the door and I'm exhaling with relief because I'm not gonna get kicked out of school. I don't know how this happened. I think like a ray of light shined down on her and gave her sudden realization. And just like that, what are you doing up there? And I just I dropped something? I was standing in a ceiling. My teacher asked me what I was doing up there, and I told her I dropped something. And my teacher was just, she had nothing to say, and I just climbed down and I was like, I find it extremely hard to believe that the only thing that could come to my head as I'm standing in a ceiling could possibly be I dropped something. Good job, Rose. So anyway, I hope you liked that video. I hope hearing my stories will help you continue with your life story. I will see you all next time. Stay golden, pony boy. Bye.